In continuation of the report, the curriculum map. So what is curriculum map? Curriculum maps are visual timelines that outline desired learning outcomes to be achieved, whether it is content skills and values taught, instructional time, assessment to be used, and the overall student movements toward attainment of the intended outcomes. So, curriculum map talks about how teachers taught students and teach them the desired learning. Like, for example, grade 5 students are intended to learn science matter in first quarter so that the outcomes will achieve the skills and values which the most important part to teach since students nowadays has no values. So curricular maps may be simple or elaborate that can be used by individual teacher, a department, the whole school, or educational system. So curricular map says that this method is always used by certain individual people like the teacher, department, and so on. So curriculum maps provide quality control of what are taught in schools to maintain excellence, efficiency, and effectiveness. It is intended to improve instruction to maintain quality of education that all stakeholders need to be assured. So, curriculum mapping is a proactive method that helps teachers understand what has been learned. No, unsa ang natunan to that certain students. What are the knowledge students? What are the learning outcomes? How it has been learned, no? And how learning outcomes have been measured. The method of curriculum mapping results in a paper known as the curriculum map. So most curriculum maps are visual representation consisting of a table or a matrix. The aim of the curriculum map is to the chart relationship between each part of the curriculum used as interpretation, coordination, and preparation tool. A curriculum map helps educator to analyze the curriculum in order to search for needless redundancies, inconsistencies, misalignments, deficiencies, and gaps. So what is redundancies, no? Kanang pabalik-balik, no? Pabalik-balik na nga learnings, and the gaps students with kanang nabiya na sa learnings, the deficiencies, no? Students with deficiencies kanang na ay mga sakit, no? Kanang dili sila maka acquire og knowledge, no? Late sila maka cope up og learnings mo na siya mga students nga na deficiencies. Recording the interaction between the essential components of the curriculum and the expected students' learning outcomes. Helping to define potential for cross-disciplinary integration, updating evaluation methods, and recognizing what students have learned so that educators may concentrate on building previous information. So you have to keep in mind that curriculum maps are archives of training implemented about what has been learned during the current school year. Projection maps or guides. On the other hand, project will be seen in the future. Parents, teachers, or the whole educational community can look at the curriculum to see that intended outcomes and content are covered. A map can reassure stakeholders specific for pacing and alignment for the subject horizontally or vertically. So what is the alignment of the subject horizontally or vertically? So a map can assure stakeholders or specific information for pacing and alignment of the subject, whether it is horizontally and vertically. So when we talk about alignment of curriculum mapping, it is about curriculum mapping. There should be an alignment. Alignment has two aspects. We have the horizontal alignment and then the vertical alignment. Curriculum map will also avoid redundancies, inconsistency, and misalignment. Sa horizontal alignment class, means teacher teaching the same subject, or rather the teachers teaching the same subject of the same grade level will have similar for teachers who are teaching the same subject, follow the same timeline, and accomplish the same learning outcomes. Accomplishing the same learning outcomes is necessary for state mandated assessment like not kanang national achievement test, for standardized or standard based assessment, like for example periodic table exam, because for some divisions periodic exam is essentialized, for example of all grade 5 learners from different school will have to take the exam. This is similar to the Department of Exam in MSUIT. While vertical alignment, on the other hand, will see to it that concept does not overlap but building from simple to complicated concept in skills horizontal and vertical alignments. It makes a learning more relevant. A curriculum map is always work in progress, as again, curriculum map is a work in progress that enables teacher to create curriculum, and it allows for necessary modification, curriculum changing standards and competencies in order to find ways to build connection in the elements of the curriculum. The curriculum learning outcomes, materials to children, entities, and assessments should be connected. So, a curriculum map is always a work in progress. It provides good information for modification of curriculum. So, mauto siya ang curriculum map. So, let's proceed sa curriculum mapping process. So, example A, mao ni siya. So, first step is to make a matrix or a spreadsheet. Second is to place a timeline that you need to cover. 1 quarter, 1 semester, or 1 year. This should be dependent on time frame of a particular curriculum that was written. Number 3, enter the intended learning outcomes. Skills needed to be taught or achieved at the end of the teaching. Number 4, enter the same matrix the content areas, subjects, areas to be covered. 5, align and name each resource available, such as textbook, workbooks, module, next to subject areas. 6, enter the teaching learning methods to be used to achieve the outcomes. Number 7, align and enter the assessment procedure and tools to the intended learning outcomes, content areas, and resources. Number 8, circulate the map among all involved personnel for their inputs. Number 9, revise and refine maps based on suggestion and distribute to all concerned. So as you can see, this is the simple A1 science curriculum map. It shows the sequence of domain for the year per quarter. So as you can see, in the vertical column, the quarter 1 to 4. In the horizontal is the grade 3 to grade 10. So the first quarter of grade 3 to grade 7 has the same topic, while grade 8 to grade 10 has not. Grade 8 force, motion, and energy, and grade 9 living things and their environment, while grade 10 earth and space. Mo na siyang first quarter sa grade 3 to 10. So the second quarter of grade 3, living things, and third quarter is force, motion, and energy. Fourth quarter is earth and space, while grade 4 is matter, living things and their environment, force, motion, and energy, and earth and space. Grade 5, matter, living things and their environment, force, motion, and energy, earth and space. Grade 6, matter, living things and their environment, and so on. Grade 7, matter, living things and their environment, force, motion, and so on. Grade 8, force, motion na. Lahi na siya sa kuan. Sa first quarter sa grade 8, force, motion, and energy. Quarter 2, earth and space. Quarter 3, matter. Quarter 4 is living things and their environment. Grade 9, living things and their environment. And so on. Grade 10, earth and space, living things and their environment, and so on. So that is the mo ni siya ang kuan, no? Sequence of the main for the year per quarter sa science curriculum. So next, so example B for a degree program in college. So first mo ni siya, no? As you can see, example B of a curriculum map for program in a college degree program. You could see all the subjects known that is offered in that specific degree program. Example, we have this one, professional education courses. So number 1, make a matrix or a spreadsheets. No, spreadsheet to. Yan. Number 2 is to identify the degree or program outcomes. No, mag-identify ka. So, before we can create the curriculum, there must be a program outcome. What is program outcomes? Is what learners are expected to have to, no? Develop once they finish as the degree or the program sample we have. So number 4, list the subject along the vertical cells of the matrix in a logical or chronological order. The first column, you would see others subjects there, and then number 5, list of degree program outcomes along the horizontal cell. Now use code as PO1, PO2 if outcomes are too long to fit in the cell. PO means program outcomes. So number 7, fill up all cells. Number 8, after accomplishing the map, use it as a guide for all teachers teaching course for all students. After accomplishing the map, use it for guide for all teachers teaching the course for students to complete the degree in 4 years. So we have an example here, class. The first subject is a social dimension. No, muna siya ang social dimension. So the program outcome is, and outcome in this example, let's go to what is PO5. PO5, we learn in social dimension about facilitating learning of different types of learners. No, money. So PO5, facilitated learning of different types of learning diverse in no, mo na siya ang example. So learners with disabilities are learners who are gifted, and learners who are learners who have a problems. Example here is the teaching profession under PO1. Represent as P is for practice learn outcome. No, PO1. Applied basic higher 21st century, no? So I think that is all for state lang na ko ni ang note. So number 1, not all professional subjects are entered in the matrix. Number 2, desired outcomes for the professional courses are PO1, applied basic higher 21st century skills. PO2, acquired deep understanding of the learning process. PO3, comprehended knowledge of the content they will teach. PO4, applied teaching process skills, curriculum designing, materials development, educational assessment, teaching approaches. PO5, facilitated learnings of different types of learners in diverse learning environment. PO6, directed experiences in the field and classrooms. No observation teaching, assistant, and practice teaching. PO7, demonstrated professional and ethical standards of the profession. And lastly, PO8, demonstrated creative and innovative thinking and practice of alternative teaching approaches. So, I hope learn something, and that is all. Thank you.